Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Stash Report from Stash Project. Today is May 3rd, 2021. We have a couple of kit announcements, a handful of kit releases. Should be a relatively short video, so buckle up. Here we go. All right, so we got the August Aoshima releases. Not a whole heck of a lot going on here, but there are a couple of modified releases, I'm guessing I'm going to say, we call that. Continuing the police car line that they are going to be initiating next month in June, they are going to be adding to it the 1991 Nissan Skyline GTR, the R32. This is going to have a couple of new bits and pieces added to it. I believe the original Skyline police car they've done in the past was a Nismo version, and this is just a more traditional GTR Skyline. Yes, GTR R32 GTR Skylines were used as hyperspeed pursuit vehicles in Japan, so it is a legitimate police car. So there is that, and they're also going to be reissuing the 2005 Toyota Crown Saloon. I believe this will be a Crown Royal, technically speaking, although down trimmed a little bit with steel wheels and things like that. They're going to be doing that with a different set of prefecture decals than it's had in the past when it was originally released. I think I want to say the 2005 Crown was only done as a Tokyo traffic car in the past, and this is more of a regular police car. Also has the building option to build it as an unmarked car, just for a little extra something. Japanese unmarked cars are kind of entertaining because they actually literally have a little door on the roof. It's about yay big or so that it sort of slides out and a little red Kojak light pops up out of, and that's how they go from being an unmarked Toyota to a police vehicle. You usually see that around government buildings. The the protective service for the imperial family has that type of security detail and stuff like that. But give you an interesting option to build it. Either way, I don't necessarily think that unmarked car in that exact specification has been done before. They have done a Royal Protective Service detail car in the past, although I want to say it was a 2008 car, not 2005. And they're saying new wheels, include new police wheels, so they may be doing the down trim steel rims for this that are used by more police departments than the actual like steel wheels that were in the original kit. So that again, a couple bits and pieces. They're going to be starting a new line of kits. We'll see how far this gets, I guess, called High Society. And this is going to be basically the way they're describing it is a more modern take on the Grand Champion formula. The Grand Champion cars, for the most part, are all 1980s era cars, and these are going to be 1990s era cars, or at least in certain cases, cars that would have come after, in terms of chronological order, the original Grand Champion series. So the first two releases in this series are going to be a Nissan Cedric 430. It's going to have a new front and rear Brougham bumpers tooled up for it. Um, a couple other little bits and pieces, but I think most of that is going to just carry over from the existing Nissan Cedric tooling. And then they also are going to be offering a Toyota Cresta GX51. Now, to my knowledge, Aoshima has never in the past offered a 51 series chassis Cresta. That's the first gen Cresta that came out. They've done what a 81, 91 in the 100 series. Fujimi has done the 61 and 71 series, but I don't believe anyone's actually done a 51 before. The photos that they've shown for this, the entire thing was in like a rapid prototype gray primer look, with like not clear windows and things like that. So I believe this might actually be maybe not a whole entirely new kit. I'm gonna guess we're gonna carry some, the undercarriage, the suspension within the confines of what a 1980s Aoshima suspension even is, into what maybe a new body for that chassis. The chassis really shouldn't be any different wheelbase length or overall length in what they would have a Toyota chassis for than this car, but that remains to be seen as to what exactly that's going to entail as far as the new parts go. Is it's because I don't again think they have this sort of first second gen Cresta that they can base something off of. I think this is going to be a new body. Also, just other releases for the month of August. The 1998 Toyota Chaser Kuni Z and the 1991 Toyota Majesta K-Brake in the VIP and the Tuner series. And then we're also supposed to be getting some pre-painted Lamborghini Aventadors. They should be coming in metallic green, gunmetal, and orange pearl. Again, pre-painted kits from Aoshima tend to be painted the whole way through, and as far as everything on the sprues is painted, and the body, not just the body. And so those kits will be out there eventually in August. The prepays always seem to run late. I believe these were actually originally announced several months ago. Let's see if I can see in my notes when I sort of jotted them down as being a thing. They were announced back in February, so August is when they're supposed to be released, and we'll see if they make it on time. The prepays always seem to trend late for some reason. And then lastly, 4 more on the Grand Champion Series. So July or June, you're gonna get the first 4. July, you're gonna get the second set of 4. August, you get the third set of 4, and then there should be 4 more, I would assume, in September to cover the 16 kits that are in the Grand Champion Series. But the August kits are going to be the Toyota Chaser GX41, the Nissan Laurel 130, the Ken and Mary Skyline GTR, and the Nissan Skyline, what they call 4-door early, which is the early version of the C210 generation Skyline sedan. So there will be those coming in the future. One other kit announcement, which actually I believe this was announced a few weeks ago. I just saw it, didn't save it because it wasn't going to be for that week's video, and then forgot about it. But Salvinos JR's May kit is going to be this: the Junior Johnson Racing 1981 Monte Carlo. This is a special one-off livery that was run on Riverside in 1981. It is Darrell Waltrip driving. And yeah, so this will be out. This is not out right today. This is going to be coming out in the near future as their May release for the month. And then actual kit releases, this is all going to be overseas. We have one last kit from Hasegawa for April, and is this the 87C 1987 Shakedown Toyota Group C car. Very, very limited decal package here. Just probably a sheet that'll fit on a 3x5 card, I would imagine. As this was the shakedown car, it was the practice car in the preseason. It looks like there's snow on the ground actually in the background there. So the 87C, of course, would run the 87 Japanese Sports Car Prototype Series. I believe this chassis was then sent to Le Mans that year, and then it just modified on from there, the 88C and so on and so forth. So just a little bit of a we have this tooling, let's throw some decals in it and do something else kind of release. And then over at Aoshima, these are just spot runs finishing out the month of April. First up, you have the Liberty Walk Liberty Works R35 GTR version 1. So this is the original kit in the series with the powder blue car. And then also being released, now this is sold separately, but it is available again, the Liberty Walk Liberty Works R35 Universal PE set. So this PE set has the grill openings for the older version cars as well as the 2019 front fascia cars. It has both styles of winglets, both styles of wing strut supports, brake faces, a few other bits and pieces there, as well as some turn metal exhaust tips to make your car look a little fancier. And yeah, this will, like I said, will fit all 5 of the GTRs that are out there right now. Basically because 3 of them are the exact same, and the other 2 are the exact same. So that's out there if you want to do a little extra detail. And then on the other side of Liberty Works, when we do the older cars, you have first up you have the Ken and Mary 4-door. So this is just obviously a straight reissue of a very over-fendered 1970s era 4-door Skyline. And then last for this month is the Ken and Mary Skyline in what's known as the 4-door Pateau car. This is a tribute police car. If you have all the kits in the series, there's several tribute cars that they've done. Tributes to race cars, tributes to various other inspirational cars in the Nissan lineup, and then there's this one, which is a tribute to law enforcement. So yeah, basically it's the exact same kit I just showed you, just with some police car parts thrown in. I believe there's a paint mask for the Widow's Peak on the hood, and then some police decals for the sides there. And that ladies and gentlemen, is that. So that wraps up this week. Hope you guys had a great weekend. As of this week, there are 15 weeks until Nats in Las Vegas, and we'll see you guys on the other side.